Hello, everyone. For those who don't know me, I'm Kat. I'm a wife, a homeschool mom, and an avid reader. For everyone else, welcome back. I not only had gotten behind in unboxings for Probably Smut, but I also had gotten behind in boxings from Enchanted Fandom. This one didn't seem as big of a stack of books because it wasn't. This one, in the time that I had kind of slowed down reading for school, was only 3 boxes, where Probably Smut was a lot more. So I'm gonna unbox all 3 of these and see what goodies I have gotten, and then try to read these books as soon as I can. So let's see what's inside the first box. This box I got in September. So let's look at the goodies inside. All right, so in the box, we have first this fun straw. Like I said, this was September's box, and so it's very fall vibe. Pumpkins and lanterns and leaves all on it. And then some skull and mushroom bookmarks, and some skulls and leaves. That one's mushrooms as well, yes. All right, and then some stickers. My favorite color is Morally Gray. Books are my jam. Dark romance reader. Oops. A bookshelf. And a sticker that says stay focused on why you started this book. And then I ended up with, this may have been one more sticker. Enemies to lovers, one bed, forbidden love. So just different tropes. And then I ended up with 2 of these, but that may have been a mistake in packing. But it is these 3 little ghosties, and it says Happy Bookishween, with 3 little ghosties reading and dressed up. And then we have our book. Crinkle, crinkle, crinkle. All right. So we have Mark of Chaos and Creation, along with our author's note. And I think, yes. So this one is signed. And the back says, where do you draw the line between fighting for the greater good and vengeance? 6 years ago, 17-year-old Cara Levine Ruz watched the aliens abduct her best friend as she narrowly escaped capture herself. Now, the Aranthi Empire has conquered Earth and is searching for the most powerful weapons in the galaxy. Children branded with the mark of creation. And Kara is one of them. Kara can't let go of her rage, the memories of what the occupation took from her, a wound forever left open, even as the rest of the world submits to the powerful tyrants and accepts their new way of life. She is so determined to track down her friend that she plans to abduct Aranith, second in command. But when Kara loses control of her volatile magic, she risks becoming a slave and the very weapon the Empire wants most. So, Mark of Chaos and Creation. I do love this color. That purple is just gorgeous. All right, so in November, which is this box, a slight change is made in these kits. This one has all kinds of fun stickers on the top, but the way that Enchanted Fandom started packaging the boxes changed. And so it's still wrapped in shiny tissue paper, but the actual book is wrapped along with all the goodies being placed inside the folds of the paper. So it looks really pretty. So this is the second book, and we'll move over to look at that one. All right, for book box number 2, again, they moved to this wrapping it in its own way, and just making it almost like a blind book box, or a blind date with a book setup, but all the goodies inside. So let's look at what we have. First, we do have this magnetic bookmark, which I assume, it being the moon and hands, probably goes with the book in some way. We have Every Fae is a New Adventure and Under a Fae Spell. So I'm wondering if our book is a Fae story. Let's see if I can. All right. So we have a Forever Reading My TBR magnet. Not sure if I'm going to be able to get everything out this way. There's also this sticker. It's hard to put it on the craft paper because you can't really see it, but it's a clear sticker, flower sticker. It reminds me of the stickers that were on the box from September. So, all right. So we're going to actually just go ahead and start unwrapping this. And as we get through the different layers, I will know what the books are. All right. So here or what the goodies inside are. All right. So here we go. Yes. All right. So lots more stickers. We're going to set it to the side for a minute. Another one of those clear stickers. Oops. With a flower on it. I was hoping putting them here would help, but my lights are shining on it. All right, we have oh my goodness, I'm going to have to hide this one. We have Toothless on a stack of books. I don't know if it's actually Toothless, but it looks like a baby Toothless. Fantasy reader. Some flowers. Some fairies dancing under a tree with fall colors. A tarot card sticker that says Friends to Lovers. And a I'm a Sucker for You sticker with some little suckers on it. All right, continuing to open, we have a couple bookmarks. The Night Court Status Lifetime Reader, or Lifetime Member, I'm sorry. The back side's plain. And then Book Lovers, the best kind of love comes from friendship. And then a lip mask. And a couple cards. This one is a character card. And then a couple recipes. This one is Rowan's Nighttime Chocolate and Aylin's Chocolate Delight. So these ones are inspired by the Throne of Glass series. And then that leaves our book, which is Of Withering Dreams. And this one says, Where Dreams Come True and Nightmares Too. Enchanting, atmospheric, and addictive. Dreams decay. The dormancy was meant to be the mortal realm's salvation. From autumn to spring, citizens must enter a magically induced slumber to conserve dwindling resources. The divine ancients who gifted mortals magic disappeared long ago, leaving humanity at the mercy of the elders. These powerful and elusive oligarchs have one motto: through dormancy we blossom. Yet this seems more like a cruel jest than a promise. For Saren, this dormancy will change everything, except for the little details, like her realm progressively decaying and people vanishing. As the threads of reality unravel, she soon discovers her hidden identity as a druid, one who wields magic. But her abilities are unusual, unpredictable. Desires bloom. While her inherited powers bloom, so do her desires for her charming best friend, Caden. She wouldn't dream of risking their friendship, but the fates can't be bothered with mortal dreams. Destiny unravels, navigating a treacherous path where dreams and nightmares blur. Saren must confront haunting truths. Her newfound courage and magic might be the key to saving her realm. But will they be enough when even dreams can wither into oblivion? All right, and then we have the third box, which is January of 2026's box. This one kind of was a mix of the two ways. There are, there are loose goodies in the box that I'm dropping all over the place. And then there is the book itself with all of the goodies tucked into its wrapping. So we'll look at that one now. All right, so this third box had this beautifully wrapped. I love that she didn't just stick with plain craft paper. She went with this designed one because it is gorgeous. But we have our wrapped box, but we also have a straw. This one has crystals and moons on it. A Japan Sakura sleeping face mask. And a bookish chapstick. So, very cool. And then we will start opening this one. I don't want to rip the paper. It's so pretty. I don't know what I'm going to use the paper for after this, but I don't want to rip it nonetheless. So it did come with a pin. Best-selling author Jennifer Estep says writing is always a good option. I don't think anyone can go wrong with pins. And then another magnetic bookmark. This one has moons on it. And then we have a bunch of stickers. Hold on, that's not even all of them. All right, so we have arranged marriage. Oops. That looks like a stamp. Let's see if there we go. Another stamp, when Emma falls in love. I like my fairy tales dark and twisted. Dark romance reader. Another dark romance reader, but this time just the book. Another dark romance reader. Morally gray. Enemies to lovers sticker. More of these little stamps. This one says slow burn. Friends to lovers. Another slow burn in a different style. Book girly. And forced proximity. So there are all the stickers, and we have more. A notepad to go along with that ink pen. A Enchanted Fandom playing card. I think I'm going to move these stickers over. Then we have a dragon bookmark. A different phases of the moon. And there's the dragon bookmark up closer. And green something. It looks like almost like a crystal ball with filigree all around it. And that one is double-sided. I think, nope. All right, that's the only one that's double-sided. And opening up some more, we do have the Terracin Court Milk and Battle with the Stars wine recipe cards. And then there are two more bookmarks. Both of these go with the book. So it's, I don't know how this one's going to go. Only Bad Options. And then the back has the Galactic Bond series, and it tells you all the books that are in that series. So, and then again, in a white style, Only Bad Options, and all the information for the series. So this one is the same as the blue one, but the blue one is a foil printed and makes it really hard to show unless I can get the light to shine on it just right. So this is the same as the other, just in black and white. And then that leads us to our book of Only Bad Options. And this is the first of 4 books. Yes, the first of 5 books. 5 books for the Galactic Bond. And let's see what this one is about. All right. A woman who sees everything. Few people know the name Vesper Quill. To most folks, I'm just a lowly lab rat who designs brewmakers and other household appliances in the research and development lab at the powerful Kent Core. But when I point out a design flaw and a safety hazard in the new line of Kent Core spaceships, everyone knows who I am and wants to eliminate me. I might be a seer with a photographic memory, but I don't see the trouble headed my way until it's too late. Suddenly, I'm surrounded by enemies and fighting for my life. I don't think things can get any worse until I meet Kyrian Caldrian, an arrogant, regal lord who insists that we have a connection, one that could be the death of us both. And it says, so that's kind of her story, and then we have the man who can't forget his past. The name Kyrian Cauldron strikes fear in the hearts of people across the archipelago galaxy. As the leader of the Arrows, the Imperium's elite fighting force, I'm used to being a villain, as well as the personal assassin for Lord Callus Holloway. Even the wealthy regals who live on the planet of Corios are afraid of me. But everything changes when I meet Vesper Quill. I might be a powerful scion with telepathic, telekinetic, and other abilities, but Vesper sees far too many of my secrets. Thanks to an arcane, unwanted quirk of my psionic magic, the two of us are forced to work together to unravel a dangerous conspiracy and outwit the deadly enemies who want to bend us to their will. All right, so there we have Only Bad Options, the January book of Withering Dreams, the November 2025 book, and the Mark of Chaos and Creation, the September 2025 book. So I am going to try to get to these very soon and get caught up on my Enchanted Fandom reading. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.